Welcome back to the Rodecast, guys. Hope you're doing well out there. I'm your host, Rod, as always. And in this video, we're going to be talking about a hilarious story in Oklahoma where a bunch of open borders liberals and some taco-eating Juans are mad about the fact that a real American has a sign telling ICE to come and deport his neighbors. Now, the sign is on his private property, so there's literally nothing any of them can do. This story is just hilarious and funny to me because nobody's gotten hurt. And nobody should get hurt over this. This is a clear-cut case of the First Amendment. And there's nothing any of these people can do about the sign. And the police came and left because the sign, he's not breaking the law. He's not threatening to kill anybody. There's no problems for anybody other than the fact that these people don't like the sign. Their personal feelings have been hurt by the exercise of this man's First Amendment rights.
Now to a story about a man exercising his right to free speech and his neighbors exercising theirs. We were there this afternoon, as you see, as tempers flared in a metro neighborhood. It's all over a sign referencing ICE, Immigration and Custom Enforcement, and pointing to a Hispanic family's home. News 4's Tanner De Leon was there as both sides came face to face.
I asked y'all to turn the music down twice.
Shouts of anger and frustration aimed at the person who put up this sign in his yard near Spencer Elementary School.
Look at this. We got a hippie with tattoos who's mad about it. It's all predictable stuff. And then a bunch of taco eating little bastards on the right side of her. This side, look at this sign, okay? So that's his opinion. He thinks they're illegals. I don't know if that's true or not, but it doesn't really matter. The point is he can put up the sign. There's no threats of violence. There's nothing that violates any federal laws or local ordinances. Okay. And what does it say? It says basically enforce the federal law. That's what he's saying. Okay. That's his opinion. He might be wrong or right, but it doesn't matter if he's wrong or right. He has a right to say it as long as he's not threatening direct violence against somebody. He's not breaking any laws. That's it. End of story. Okay. That should be the story. But, you know, the drama is what the news is focusing on. Now, that's fine. It's hilarious, the drama part. So I get it.
You are near Spencer Elementary School.
This is not okay, and I'm a mother here. My children go to this school, and I will not tolerate this.
And why? How is your white ass affected by this sign? Explain that to me, tattoos. Okay, why don't you go get another piercing and another tattoo instead? Okay, use your time more wisely.
Is sticking up for the family who lives in the home the sign points to. They tell News 4 they've had issues with the man since moving in a couple.
Sticking up, their definition of sticking up is her coming here and yelling lunatic stuff at this guy, putting up this sign to air his opinions and his frustrations of having to live next to a bunch of foreigners who have invaded his country. Okay, I totally understand where the guy's coming from. Okay, that's my opinion, which I certainly have a right to have. But how is she sticking up for anybody? She's just yelling and wasting her time. And then she went home because the sign is still up. So she didn't change anything. She didn't stick up for anything. She just wasted her energy and her time. A typical open borders liberal dummy.
Spencer Elementary School.
This is not okay, and I'm a mother here. My children go to this school, and I will not tolerate this.
She is sticking up for the family who lives in the home.
Well, she's going to have to tolerate it because the sign is still up. Nothing has changed. Literally nothing has changed because of her outburst and her whining.
Sign points to. They tell News 4 they've had issues with the man since moving in a couple years ago.
They don't like us. They complain about everything. My kids played in the yard over there in the grass, and they come.
Yeah, maybe he doesn't want to live next to a freaking savage who doesn't even speak English. You think about that, and you have like 20 million kids, as of course you would expect from these people, and they're noisy. So he tells you to shut up. Seems like a reasonable response from a real American, which you are not.
To the fans, and they start telling them, hey, you need to go to your house. Hey, you need to stop playing.
Families picking up their kids from Spencer Elementary say this does not surprise them.
I was a kid here in the school over 20 years ago, and it was like the same kind of way. He lives next to the school, but like even like balls over the fence, like common things. Still an issue, I guess. At one point, police showed up. That's when the homeowner came outside. Ordonez says it is one of the few times he has had an opportunity to try and speak with the man.
They don't like Hispanic people, or they don't like nobody yet.
Yeah, they don't like people who don't even speak our language and whose ancestors didn't even build this country, invading our country and pretending to be equal to us. That's what we don't like, fat ass. Okay, go eat a taco and shut up.
I don't know what this problem is. We never mess with him at all.
Your face and your existence on his land is his problem. That's my problem too. Look at yourself. You don't belong here. Which colony did your ancestors build? None. Nothing. because they were cutting people's hearts out in Mexico. So shut up.
We out here.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
What's your name?
No, you're
Exactly. I'll put
Officers say because neither side is breaking any law, they can't do anything. We reached out to OKCPS as well, with it being so close to the elementary school. They say there is nothing they can do about it because the sign is not on their property, adding, quote, "The district is committed to all students, and all students will be educated equally."
They shouldn't be. They shouldn't be, district. They shouldn't be equal because they're not equal. The white and the black ones whose ancestors built this country, they should be equal. All the invaders should be sent home. Legal or not, they have no right to be in this country. That's right. So the district is wrong. The current law is wrong. There should be discrimination based on national origin. People who built this country matter more than the people who didn't. Okay? It's like coming to my house and telling me I don't matter, or some burglar who broke in has the same rights as me. That's what's happening here. That it's the long arc of history of what's happening here. Okay? We got a family of tacos who don't belong here, and we got a real American on the other side who's frustrated that his land has been invaded by savages like this one here. That's the problem. That's the long-standing issue here that nobody's talking about.
Adding, quote, "The district is committed to all students, and all students will be educated equally." Families hoping for a change.
I wish we would quit spreading the hate. I know this community has grown, and everybody that's coming to this community has made an impact and makes a difference for what they do here.
In Spencer.
No, you want to talk about hate? There's a reason that love and hate exist. Hate exists so that we know who the enemies of our tribe are, and we can destroy them before they destroy us. That's why hate exists. That's why you dummy liberals don't understand. Nature has created things through evolution that are much more complicated for your tiny brains to understand. Hate exists so that we know who we shouldn't accept because they're a threat to us. Okay? There's a very evolutionary, scientific reason for hate existing. And you hate people too. You hate Trump. From what I can tell from her right here, she probably hates Trump. So you have hate in your heart as well. So don't be pointing your finger at other people. We all hate something and someone. Okay? That is part of what nature has created here. And that's a sad day for you that you feel the need to be pissed off about other people's hate, but they hate those groups for a reason. Everybody hates for a reason. They have a very good one too. Okay? It might not always lead to the most productive results, but hate and love are two sides of the same coin. Both are necessary for the existence of life on this planet, at least for higher order life like human beings. Okay? That's just how things are. And this whining about hate from both sides, the right wing's whining about anti-Semitism. Yeah, maybe there's a reason we don't like Jews. Did you ever think about that? Maybe there's a reason we don't like Muslims. Okay? So shut the hell up about hate. Nature created it. Your problem is with the universe and evolution and science, not with us. Okay? We just live according to using the brain that nature has provided us. So hate is a part of life, and you need to get used to it. And you can whine about it, I guess, but it's not going to make a difference.
Families hoping for a change.
I wish we would quit spreading the hate. I know this community has grown, and everybody that's coming to this community has made an impact and makes a difference for what they do here.
Yeah, animals have moved into our communities and we don't like them. If you want to see animals, we'd go to the zoo. And hate is always going to exist. And you can cry about it, nothing's going to change. Well, if they all go back to where they belong, then the hate will stop. Then America will be back to what it's supposed to be. But right now, there's going to be a lot of hate. And you're going to shut up and take it. And that's all I got to say for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next one.